Hello students, today we are going to start with our new poem Wind. This is poem 2 in our book Beehive, and this poem is written by Subramanya Bharati. Let's read about the poet first. Subramanya Bharati was born on 11 December 1882. He was a Tamil writer, poet and a journalist. He is considered as one of the greatest Tamil literary of all times. From a very young age, he learned music, and at 11, he learned poetry. Three of his greatest works, like Papa Patu, Panchali Saptam, and Kanan Patu, were composed in 1912. He died on 12 September 1921. Now let's read the poem. Wind comes softly. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You bought rain again. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. He won't do what you tell him. So, come, let's build strong homes. Let's join the doors firmly. Practice to firm the body. Make the heart steadfast. Do this, and the wind will be friends with us. The wind blows out weak fires. He makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. Let's start with the explanation of the poem. Wind comes softly. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. In this extract, the poet wants to request the wind. Wind comes softly. The poet here is requesting the wind to come softly, addressing that he wants, or the poet wants, that the wind should blow very gently so that the shutters of the windows are not broken and the papers are not blown out. Moreover, the poet also urges the wind not to throw books down on the shelf. Next paragraph. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You bought rain again. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. In this paragraph, the poet demonstrates, or the poet wants to show, the damage caused by strong and fierce wind. Here, wind has thrown down all the books from the shelf and tore their pages. It causes the clouds to make rain. The poet believes that the wind, by destroying the weak things, seems to mock at their frailty and weakness. Now, what is mock? Mock is to make fun. Frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. In these lines, the poet is trying to describe the havoc caused by a fierce wind. It destroys the inanimate things. Now, what are inanimate things here? Like houses, doors, rafters, wood, bodies, and so on. In the same way, the difficulties of life also discourages human being And that is why here the poet said, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. So, this is what shows that all these difficulties discourages human beings also. The poet regards the wind as a god who acts like a winnower and sorts and destroys everything that comes in his contact. This means that the weak people and the things are crushed by the destructive power of the wind. Now, winnowing or winnow, we all knows it is a process in which grain is blown free of chaff. We separate grain from husk by blowing on it. This process we all have learned or studied in science. This is what winnow or winnowing process means. Now let's start the next one. He won't do what you tell him. So come, let's build strong homes. Let's rejoin the doors firmly. Practice to firm the body. Make the heart steadfast. He won't do what you tell him. So here the poet believes, or he said, that the wind god acts according to his own wishes. He won't do. What does he here stand for? He here stand for the wind god. He won't do what you tell him. He will work as his own. He is very free. He won't work as per your wishes. He work according, or he acts according to his own wishes and does not relent even when people request him. Therefore, it is essential to equip our buildings, our bodies, and our hearts with immense strength so that we may withstand strong winds. As far as human lives are concerned, the wind is a symbol of daunting difficulties and challenges that can be overcome only with exceptional strength, resistance, courage, and determination. Yes. Let's read the last paragraph. To this, and the wind will be friends with us. The wind blows out weak fires. He makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. So, in the last paragraph, the poet believes that if we are strong enough and we are not shaken by the wind, definitely wind will become our best friend, or it will become our friend. Here, wind stands for the hardships or obstacles of life. These obstacles or these hardships can make only weak people stagger. The strong people become stronger still by facing the difficulties. Just like the wind can extinguish only weak flames of fire, and the strong flames burn stronger, still with a loud roar. That is why, in the end, he wants to say that if we befriend the wind, it will prove to be good for us. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. That means if we are becoming friend, or if wind and we are becoming friend, then it will be a good thing for us. It will basically prove to be a good for us. Let's quickly read the summary of the poem. In this poem, the poet has very beautifully expressed his ideas about both the destructive and constructive aspects of the wind. The wind is often satirical of weak men. Wind symbolizes the difficulties that are faced in life. When we have the endurance to bear the difficulties of life, we can overcome each challenge. But if we are weak and unstable, we succumb to the difficulties of life. So, the poet here wants to say that the power and the constructive and destructive aspects of wind, he tells us that we must face the challenges of life with determination. We must be bold enough to face any problem. If we are mentally and physically strong and any obstacle comes in our life, then we will certainly face them. For this, we have to be mentally and physically strong. Next is central idea, or you can say theme of the poem. This poem inspires us to face the challenges and hardships with courage, grit, and firm determination. Wind is a symbol of problems and obstacles which are to be dealt without fear. We must be friends with the wind, or you can say obstacles, to cope with hard situations. The poem depicts the enormous power of the wind in the world and how it has the potential of being both a destroyer and a creator. The weak and fragile cannot withstand its fury, while the strong can use it to their advantage. The same thing is true with the adversities of life, students. We know that there are situations which are not in our favor. So the same thing is also true with the adversities of life. And we know that those who are weak can easily break down, and those who are strong take them in their stride and comes out more stronger. Therefore, our attitude to life and its trials and tribulations determines our response to them. So, thank you, students. In my next PPT, in my next slide, you will be getting word meanings and the question answers. Thank you.